All right, so I'm back again on another video. This video is gonna be talking about something that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. Like it's been so long. Like I've been having this on my mind. It keeps reoccurring, and I wanted to like finally get this out. So this video is gonna be talking about gender roles and sexual preferences. Now, let's just go over some basic like housekeeping stuff so everybody's on the same page here when watching this video. So if you're not too privy to gay relationships or gay dynamics or whatnot, there's there's a social construct called tops and bottoms. The top is more of it's pretty much the what is it, the penetrative partner, and the bottom is the receptive partner. So they're the ones that are no, it's the insertive and receptive. Of course, that means putting the penis in. The receptive is having the penis in them. So, now how does that? How do gender roles fall into that? Well, because we see the receptive partner as being more submissive, and we generally see that in heteronormative society, the woman is generally the person who's the receptive partner. So we just said, you know what? Bottoms are women, and then men who are usually the insert partner, like, well, tops are men. So that became a thing with gay community and just gay culture in general. And there's a lot of like gender roles and gender expectations of a person who is a top, and there are a lot of gender expectations of a person who is a bottom. Um, Usually bottoms are considered to be feminine and loud and just like disrespectful and flamboyant and dramatic and all that stuff. Tops are considered to be masculine and dominant and more logical and less emotional. Just a lot of like stupid, frivolous, like stuff that doesn't even like make sense, honestly. So we, as a gay community, have transplanted a lot of that heteronormative dynamic of patriarchy into our own spaces, and we've applied these roles to stuff because we didn't know what this. We pretty much took what we already knew and just applied it to what we have. So it's like, oh well, a woman takes a penis, so she's a woman. So if you take a penis, you're a woman too. And if you're a man, oh well, you put the penis in, well you're a man because men put penises in people. So I need to break down some things too for more housekeeping. Let's start by demolishing some of these myths about tops really quick. Not all tops are masculine. That's number one. Not all tops are, I guess, not all tops consider themselves to be male. That's number two. And yeah, I think that's just basics too. Not all of them are masculine, and not all of them are considered male. Now let's break that down a little bit further. So in straight relationship, we'll just talk about heterosexuals for just a quick second. Um, there are straight men who enjoy being penetrated. Like that's a thing because there's a G spot called the prostate in the men's anal cavity or the anal area in the inside. So that stimulates a lot of their sexual pleasure, and women actually put on strap-ons and they peg their men. That's a thing that happens, and there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make the man any less of a man. It doesn't make him any less of a straight man. Like he's still a straight man today because he doesn't have attractions to men. Now, another piece of this is trans women, and I guess there'd be trans men too. Let's go with trans women. So some trans women do not go and get they don't get gender reassignment surgery. So they still have the same genitalia they've already been born with, and they still use their genitalia that they were born with, being still a woman, and they penetrate men with the genitals that they still have, and doesn't stop them from being a top. That doesn't like, oh, you're a woman, but why are you using your penis? Because she wants to use her penis. Like that's her prerogative. And the last portion is not all tops are masculine. Well, there's like I think the pinnacle of gay femininity is being a drag queen, and a lot of drag queens are tops. Like that's just a thing. Like they're just a lot. of them that are tops. I think majority. I would venture to say that there are probably more top drag queens. There are more drag queens who are tops than there are drag queens who are bottoms. And yeah, so the whole idea behind this whole gender specific, like gender assignment to sexual preferences is just so stupid. Because just because you put your opinions on people does not make you more of a man than someone who takes opinions. Like nothing about those two things are. You shouldn't conflate those two ideas at all. Like they're separate. But in the gay community, we tend to put so much emphasis on both. So guys who are tops are under this really strict scrutiny of what they like, what they could do. I remember I was in a group, and it was a gay group, and they were talking about what were we talking about? We were talking about something like I ain't know tops use gifs. That's for women. That's for bottoms too. I'm like, what? How does using the GIF become specific to only bottoms? Like, aren't we all gay here? But of course, there was a lot of pushback. It was like, yeah, that's what girls do. Like girls, as in gay men who are more feminine. Like that's what the girls do. That's not for tops to be doing. I wouldn't see her. I can't consider him a top if he do that. Like there's so many like caveats and like so much toxic masculinity in the gay community. It's ridiculous. Like you can't even like do anything. And it's like, oh, you're a bottom. Like that's like if you do anything that's not considered masculine, you're automatically considered a bottom. And like, which isn't a bad thing, but the way we have created this atmosphere around being a bottom, it's like being a bottom is the worst thing you could possibly do in being gay, which is bizarre because if there were no bottoms, then who would be having sex with whom? Like, nobody would be having sex then. That's dumb. Like, the whole idea of bottom shaming is basically just like replicating how men treat women like shit throughout history. Like you can look at any history book and just see how men have been shitty to women just about throughout time. And that whole patriarchal ideal has been transplanted to gay community and gay culture. So since well you tank the penis, so you're the girl. Since that's like the philosophy behind gay culture, they treat bottoms like complete trash, and it's so stupid. Like bottom shaming has to be the dumbest thing ever. Like I never understood what was the purpose of doing it. Even when I was coming into my formative gay years at like 16, 17, I remember how insidious it was to be called a bottom. It was like, oh, you called me a bottom. I'm like, but you take penis. Yeah, but I don't even call me one. Like it's just like it's so stupid. Like there's nothing wrong with doing either. There's nothing wrong with being considered a bottom. I mean, I've been called a bottom pretty much my entire life, and I don't take any type of. I used to take offense to it when I was younger because I didn't know better. I think now I just don't even care because like it doesn't matter. Like, what does that matter to you? Like, I think the only time it really should matter what my preferences are in the bedroom is if we're going to engage in some type of sexual activity. If we aren't, then who cares? And I'm not going to go out on my way to like, oh, I'm not a this, I'm not that. Like, I don't care. Like, I got to a point where I'm so comfortable with who I am to where I don't give a shit about what people say about that particular. At least that I don't care. Like, that's people are gonna like. People are going to place their own ideals on you without you even knowing. So it's nothing at that point you can really do. You just kind of just live your life, like anime, like magical girl, like girly stuff. Like I don't like I express my feminine qualities and I express my masculine qualities. Like I consider expressing both to be the most human thing you can possibly do. And I think when you try to suppress one or the other, it's like it's stupid. Like I'm not gonna suppress my love of Sailor Moon or like Magical Girl because of some gay ideal of what I should be, or I'm not gonna suppress the things I like that are masculine because it's less gay. Like it's just so much like stupid, frivolous, like it's just insignificant things that just are made so significant in our community. And it's just like we shouldn't be applying gender roles to sexual preferences. That's just dumb. Like that's probably one of the dumbest things. It's just like you like taking pins, that's cool. You can like taking opinions and do other stuff. Like it doesn't what you do in the bedroom just define who you are as a person. Like that should be the thing. But for some reason, people take what they like in the bedroom and apply that to everywhere. Like it's crazy. And even like this whole sub and dom thing, like there are a lot of women who are doms. Like there are a lot of women who are doms. I would probably venture to say there are probably more female doms than there are male doms. And that doesn't make men any it doesn't make you any less of a man being a sub. Like that's just you prefer being submissive. I don't think the submissive and dominant roles don't need to be associated with gender at all. Ugh, just I can go on and on about this forever, but yeah, just the whole idea behind bottom shaming is stupid, and applying gender roles to sexual preferences is dumb, and like you just be you and do your and live your life. Like if you're a bottom, be proud of it. If you're a top, be whatever. I don't even think you should even think of yourself as a top. Like you should just say I like to top. Like making it a qualifier of who you are, I think is another reason why we come to this point in our culture. Like that's like saying I am a I don't know. Like you're more than what you like in the bedroom. Like you shouldn't allow that to be the defining factor of who you are as a person. That's probably the takeaway from this. Yeah, so I babbled on a long time with this. What do you guys think? Do you think putting gender roles on sexual preferences makes sense? Do you think that we need to continue to have this conversation? Do you think we need to abolish it altogether and let people just do what they want and have sex with who they want to and not feel ashamed about any of it? Let me know in the comments. Please share this video with people you know. Comment. Please comment. I love comments. They make the world go around for me. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.